Nice mood.
This show contains spoilers and adult language. Listener discretion is advised.
Movies with Ron, movies with Ron.
Hell yeah, motherfucker.
Movies with Ron.
Jeff Bezos.
Oh, yeah.
the founder of Amazon, richest guy in the world, $130-something billion, getting divorced.
Yep.
Like you do.
So Bill Gates is going to be the richest man in the world at the end. Welcome to episode 119 of Movies with Ron, the podcast where my older brother recaps a movie from beginning to end for me and you, because we like his versions better. It's okay if you've seen the movie or not. The experience is unique, so let's get it on. I'm Chris, your MC for the time being. Here with me tonight, Nurse Candy.
Hey, everybody.
And here he is, folks.
Yep.
He's the bullcracker, death on foot. You know him, you love him. He's Ron.
Ron.
Hey, Ron.
Hey, guys. And hello, listeners. Welcome to episode 119 of Movies with Ron.
So David Fincher is going forward with World War Z 2. I don't get it.
Yeah, that's weird.
The most talented postmodern director today. I'm making a sequel to World War Z.
Did he make
What's
the first
going
one?
on? No.
What the hell's going on here?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, maybe it'll be okay. I don't know.
Yeah, it'll probably be the greatest zombie movie ever made. Because currently the greatest zombie movie ever made is Dead Heat from 1988.
Damn right.
And if you go to IMDb and look at Dead Heat, the big image in the corner of the page is a poster with fold creases in it. It's an amazing bad movie. Is it a bad movie?
No, it's actually pretty good.
I only remember it as a kid.
Yeah.
Me too.
It was totally something a 4-year-old could watch and just be like, man.
Number one, this movie is all about the dialogue. Like, the relationship between Treat Williams and Joe Piscopo. Mm-hmm. Like, they had chemistry. They should have gotten married.
Yeah.
And then the effects. They're so good for the time.
They say it's Lethal Weapon with zombies.
Damn right.
And it's written by the brother of Shane Black, who wrote Lethal Weapon.
Oh.
So I detect some sibling one-upmanship. I'll take his movie and add zombies. Didn't go according to plan, but we love it anyways. Hell, that Ryan Reynolds movie, R.I.P.D., kind of ripped this movie off.
Yeah.
And it's our second Treat Williams movie.
I know.
Oh, yeah.
I thought about that.
I just love his hair. Anything he does, he's got good hair.
He does, man.
He does.
Although, looking up Treat, I found another movie he's in that I predict will be a future episode. It's called Handgun from 1994.
I already love it.
And this is the poster. I'll post it on the social media so you guys can see it. What the fuck? That's a movie.
Damn, this looks good.
The tagline is, the streets just got meaner. And yeah, Joe Piscopo. Everyone loves him in this movie.
Everybody's favorite funny primate.
Yeah, wasn't he like a comedian?
Oh, yeah.
Did some Saturday Night Live.
Right.
He is a super funny guy.
Yeah.
He ad-libbed most of his stuff in this movie.
He must have been pretty funny in 1988. But in 1999, he played the role of golfer in the film Chicken Soup for the Soul.
I know, man. What happened, Joe?
Nowadays, he's an early morning DJ. So,
You
not
know
too
what?
bad.
Well,
Yeah, not bad.
We also got Darren McGavin.
That's right, the old man.
Yeah. The dad from Christmas Story.
Yep. It's a clinker!
And can't forget Vincent Price.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he shows up in this movie and just classes it up.
Yeah.
Candy, welcome back.
I know. It's been too long.
What the hell's going
I
on here?
missed you guys. And you know what also it's been too long since?
Huh.
We played a game, motherfucker.
All right.
I want to play a game.
So, I made a special game. On our 100th episode, we played Movies with Ron trivia.
Yeah.
And this week, we're playing Movies with Ron Trivia 2.
All right.
Okay.
So get ready. Chris, you are usually the underdog in these games. I am rooting for you.
Yeah, all this time
You're going to pull ahead this time.
we haven't played games, I've been a winner. In my eyes.
Are you ready?
No.
No.
Let the game begin.
These questions are going to be 10 points apiece, unless I say otherwise. Okay, I'm going to read the question. I'm going to read the question. And when I put my finger up, you guys go. Okay, because I know you're going to be chomping at the bit. All right, number 1. In what episode was the phrase, "It's poop, it stinks" used?
Hellraiser.
Very good, Chris.
Damn.
Don't let him win.
Shut the fuck up.
Shit. The pressure.
Do we get bonus points for the number?
Oh, yes, you do. You'll get
I'm going to say
5 extra points.
105.
90.
Incorrect. It's 86.
Yeah.
If he answered it right, can I still compete for the number prize?
Of course.
Okay.
Number 2. In what episode was it revealed that Chris's tombstone would read, "Chris, beloved podcaster and brother, I'm the girl that fucks"?
I don't know, but I am funny.
Right.
I know.
Ready Player One.
Oh my gosh, you guys don't remember.
Really?
These are like beloved bits to me. I would win this game.
Could've sworn it was
Winchester.
Ready Player One.
We were playing How Would You Beat Thanos to win the Infinity Gauntlet during Avengers Infinity War. That was episode 99.
Oh, okay.
You are the girl that fucks.
Number 3. Oh God, I have like lost faith in you guys now. This is
I
going to be
told ya.
hard. Number 3. Finish this epic song parody for 10 points. Hugging in the bathroom. Hugging on the floor. Hugging so hard, forgot to lock the door. In walked Chewie's daddy, standing 6'4", and he said,
Brrr.
but Chris did it first, so he gets it.
All right.
What episode was that?
Solo.
Very good. 5 points for
All right, thank you.
Which was episode
Oh, yeah. Was
10-
I supposed to say a
108.
number?
108.
You can.
106.
Close. It's 103.
Yeah.
We will be above 100.
I'm going to do that, the Price is Right thing, where Ron's going to go 98, and I'm going to be like 98.1.
Number 4. In the Movies with Ron universe, what actor is known to have said, "Every year I sit and eat 300 pounds of cod, wash it down with some tanning oil, and then I throw it up"?
Dwayne
Rock.
Johnson.
Oh,
He ain't the Rock no more, buddy.
That doesn't matter.
I got to give it to you both.
Skyscraper.
That
Episode
was
one-
The Rock and Skyscraper.
That was episode 108.
Nope.
Damn it.
So this is like a 3-parter question?
It's all over the place.
All right.
You can get points for whatever.
Fast
you
and
get
loose.
We are having fun.
Which brings me to question 5. Chris's biggest complaint about The Rock as an actor is that he doesn't know how to do what?
Suffer.
I got it.
Fuck you.
It was too close. You both get it.
Yes.
Number 6. Finish this David Bowie song parody. People fucking cats. Making cat babies.
Look at that.
Very good. Oh my God. You were cleaning houses game.
You got it, but I sang it in my head.
The correct answer was look at that.
This is 102.
104.
Nope.
109.
107. Number 7. What beloved and reoccurring character in the Movies with Ron universe is known for having said, "We can all fuck and then have nice times together"?
Otis.
Very good, Ron. You got
Thanks,
that one.
Chris.
I love Otis. I want him to come back.
Yeah.
I really do.
Evil Dead. Is that part of the question?
She didn't
No.
ask.
What?
Fuck you.
Ah. Okay.
No, he sang that song in The Last
The Last
Starfighter.
Starfighter, that's
Yep.
right.
Oh, right. Oh, yeah. He'll always be the guy from Evil Dead to me.
Number 8. At the beginning of episode 103, we discussed Morgan Freeman's preferred phrase for sexually harassing pregnant women. What is that phrase?
Making brown.
I wish I was there. I wish I was there.
Very good, Ron.
I knew it was something like that.
Face up, ass down. That's the way we're making brown.
This was a 2-part question, and the second part was, for an extra 10 points, what is the phrase Morgan Freeman uses to describe having a bowel movement?
Well, I already got it.
No, I get that one.
All right, I'll give it to you. Number 9, in the recap of the 80s classic Runaway, what song plays every time the menacing spider robots appear?
Are you ready for the sex, girls?
That is it.
113.
Oh, I don't know. I didn't write it down. Number 10. What instructions does Dan O'Grady give his wife after he pulls up to their old farmhouse?
Take your last shit in this dump.
Oh, man. Chris for the win. Very good.
Since all the funny things in this game came from me, I feel like I'm the real winner. The entire time I was just like, who the fuck is Dan O'Grady?
What instructions does he give his
And ladies and gentlemen, he has done it. Chris has won Movies with Ron trivia
Yay.
with 70 to 55. Very good, guys.
Congratulations.
I'm the winner that fucks. All right, folks. Sorry to interrupt your erection, but it's dead heat on Movies with Ron.
I'm not sorry.
She'll never be sorry.
It's showtime. Get the people out! Come on! Get the people out!
This movie gets right to the point. Starts off, it's like Treat Williams, Joe Piscopo, dead heat. So we start off with the Los Angeles cityscape. And there's a car speeding down the road, and in it are two crooks. All right, and they're putting on masks, getting ready to rob a place. Now, come on, motherfucker, let's do this. They put on masks, but they are leather sex executioner masks. Sexecutioner masks.
Oh, like a super gimp mask.
Nope. Well, I don't know. But one of them says, let's fuck across the forehead. And they got uzis. And ladies and gentlemen, I hope you like uzis, because this movie is full of them. So anyway, they stop and they run into a jewelry store. And they start robbing. Okay? Like, real hard and fast. Like, on the ground, Grandma! And one guy starts like banging on the glass counter with his Uzi, and it doesn't break because it's jewelry store glass, you know?
Yeah.
And the first guy's like, you fucking idiot. And then he shoots it. And I hope you like that sound. This is 1988, baby, the year of the Uzi.
Oh.
Yeah. They were such reliable guns.
They certainly were. So everybody's freaking out, and then an employee who hasn't heard the shots and doesn't know it's being robbed, like walks around the corner with like an armload of shit and just goes, "What are you doing?" What I love is one of the crooks just goes, "Just looking." Who fucking shoots this lady?
Oh, damn.
Oh.
I know, right? Somebody hits the alarm button, and we cut to a 1960 Impala convertible. That's right.
All right.
Got some Ford Fairlane type cops, you know. And there's just like funk music playing. Treat Williams. He's wearing a suit. He's driving. Next to him is the human ape, Joe Piscopo. And he's like drumming on the dash. Like he's rocking out to the music. And he has got a hot dog in one of his hands. And you get this point of view shot, like from Treat Williams is just looking at Joe Piscopo, and Joe just looks into the camera and he's just like, yeah. And I'm serious. Watch this movie. Like Joe Piscopo is just a big monkey. Anyway, Joe's playing Doug Bigelow. Mm-hmm. Treat Williams' name in this movie is Roger Mortis. Everybody who talks about this movie thinks that's a big deal. I consider it low-hanging fruit. Roger's like, Doug, I thought we were wearing plain clothes today, you know? Why didn't you tell me we were going undercover? You didn't ask. And he's just eating his hot dog. What's the matter, Roger? Well, I look like an FBI agent, you know, on a Rose Bowl float. Ah, you look great, man. Relax. We got a 211 in progress. What the hell are you driving this car for? Why is this your police car? Roger's like, 211? Oh, he turns around and they speed off. I'm not going to lose them this time. Yeah, well, you can't get him if you're dead, man. In the violence of Roger peeling the car into a 180, Doug looks down at his hot dog, and the wiener has slid up and out of the bun and is dangling around like it's his penis. And he's looking at it, and then he just turns to look at Roger to see if Roger sees it. Roger does not, and Doug just throws the hot dog away. Anyway, then the music's all doom, 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 and they get to the scene of the robbery, which is crawling with cops outside. SWAT teams, okay? And then the lieutenant in charge, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Robert Picardo.
Oh,
All right.
Yeah, in a late 80s appearance. You guys know who that is, right?
Oh, yeah.
That's Meg Mucklebones.
Oh,
No.
Yeah. The hologram
I didn't
doctor
know
from
that.
Voyager?
shit. Yeah.
Mr. Mucklebones. So they're like, Lieutenant Mucklebones, what do we got? Now we got 2 perps inside with automatic weapons. You know, we're gonna take them out when they exit. Are these our cash and dash boys? Hey, who else would pull a clown-ass stunt like this, Roger? Daytime robbery, you know? It's a daytime robbery.
Yeah.
On Melrose. And all these cops, there are so many cops, you guys. It is ridiculous. And they're all just aiming their guns at the front door of this jewelry store. So the 2 crooks run out of the front door and they stop. Okay. And they got guns and money, bags of gold and I don't know, whatever. Anyway, directly to the right of them is a beat cop with a shotgun. He's aiming it at him and he just screams out, this is how this goes. Freeze! Drop your weapons! Boom! And he just shoots. Like he did not give them a chance. And he hits one of them right in the fucking eye. And that guy goes down. And then the other crook shoots that cop right in the face. And then the screaming and shooting festival begins. Everybody is shooting these crooks. And they both just they just take bullets like Swiss cheese. Okay. And then they just get back up. They're all bloody, and they are not dying, man.
Oh.
Woof. They start shooting cops who are dying. Okay? They're shooting, reloading. They go down, they get back up. These 2 crooks, what the hell's going on? Hey, Raj, a little too early in the morning for this, huh? Why aren't they dead? We've hit them like 50 times each. And maybe they're just flesh wounds. Boom, boom. Roger looks at Doug like, man, what the fuck is wrong with you? Will you just cover me, please? And he goes over to Lieutenant Mucklebones. And he's like, you think I could borrow your car, Lieutenant?
Oh, indeed I do, juicy boy.
So Roger runs off. There's more shooting. Cops are dying. Crooks aren't. Roger gets in Mucklebones' car and just peels down the street, drives right by the front door where the crooks are, and he's got a shotgun out the the window and just boom and keeps driving. And he goes home, makes a sandwich. He comes back, still going on. Okay, he turns around, come back for another pass. We see one of the crooks pulls out a grenade. And he pulls the pin and then reaches back to throw it into the car and get Roger, okay? Doug sees that and then just shoots him in the hand. So the grenade falls on the ground and the crook looks down and goes, uh-oh. Boom! And he is blown into meat.
All right.
So we got one left. And Roger just rams him with the car. And destroys Lieutenant Mucklebones' car.
No.
But, he got him. Mucklebones just bangs his head on a car like, shit! It cuts to Doug, and he's like kicking the pile of body parts on the ground.
Yeah.
Body parts all look real good in this movie, too. Yeah, you're under arrest. You have the right to remain disgusting. Is that really necessary? You can't be too careful. Mucklebones is like, Mortis! I can't believe you pulled a dumb fuck stunt like that, and you fucked up my car! Hey, don't thank me, Lieutenant. I get my thanks from helping others. Yeah, well, the captain's going to hear about this! And then Doug's like, gee, you think he's going to want a word with us? So they're like, the fucking hero cops of the force.
Yeah.
That don't worry about anything. Then we just cut to the captain's office, and they're already in there getting their asses chewed by Captain Otis. Oh, hell yeah! I'm back! And he like pounds his fist on the desk. Unauthorized use of a city vehicle, reckless endangerment, unauthorized fucking firearm. You had a shotgun. Roger's like, oh, that was me. Not Doug. Okay. Flippant and tasteless verbal remarks. And then Doug's like, now that was me. Hey, you motherfuckers, you got 18 parking tickets this month. Need I point out, you guys is already on probation twice. This stunt put you on the endangered species list. And that your badge is going to the shitter. If you screw up one more time. Hey, Captain, we deserve medals. Well, now, listen. Okay. I still couldn't help noticing, in spite of Mucklebones' whining, you guys did the job he didn't. So I'm going to cut you some slack. And they're like, oh, thank you, sir. But it'd be nice if you could earn it by nailing the rest of these cash and dash fuckers to the wall with a 12-inch dildo or something. We are working on that, sir. Work harder! Now I'm going to a cabin this weekend with some people I just met. And when I'm gone, you're going to get it done. So they're like, yes, sir, yes, sir. And they leave. They're walking through the station. They're talking like, man, he'd make a really good gym teacher. I'm just glad we're still employed. And it's funny, like they're walking through the station and another cop at his desk is questioning a nun. Okay. And Doug just stops and looks at her and goes, call me Thursday.
Oh.
And it's, the comedic stylings of Joe Piscopo. I love this job, Roger. You know, I love the power, the little badges, and being a human target for anyone in sniping range of a donut shop. It does have its perks. All right, look at this. 2 weeks, so far 6 robberies. Banks, jewelry, gold. And then right then on the news on TV, they're like, police have had another run-in with the so-called Cash and Dash gang. Hey, Roger, how many do you think are in this gang? I don't know, but, they always give different descriptions, so there's really no way to know. And they don't die. Well, maybe it's drugs. PCP, that makes people go nuts, right? Yeah, but bullets, Roger. The phone rings. Roger answers it. Roger, it's Smithers. I've got something for you. Get down to the morgue now. So it's a lady named Smithers.
Smithers!
They're walking through the morgue, and Doug is like, "Hey, Roger, you ever wonder about your death day?" "No." "Yeah, but you know, it's like, what if you somehow knew the day you were gonna die? You know, you could have a party, you could invite all your friends, get really ripped, you know? You could go to that new club in town, Dildopolis." "You are a degenerate." Right then, Smithers shows up. She's like, "Did I interrupt?" "Oh, hi, Roger." "Hello, Smithers." "How you been?" And she just turns and goes, "Roger, I have a home phone. Using the mutilated remains of street scum as an excuse to ask after my health is not exactly what I'd call thoughtful." Like, she's immediately bitchy to Roger.
Yeah.
Doug's like, "You call me a degenerate." "All right, so what's up? You called us, you know, what's up with these John Does?" So she uncovers one of the cadavers and, "Hey, nice shot, Raj." "Yeah, thanks. You think you got enough here to identify him?" "No. Teeth and fingerprints are no good. But I noticed this." And she opens a shirt of one of them and just this giant, stitches down the chest. "You could see where the cut was made, traversing the sternum and incised with an electric saw." "They had surgery?" "No, they had autopsies. They've been here before, fellas.
Oh.
I certified them myself. I even took pictures. Look, it's just a bunch of pictures of dicks."
It's always dicks. It gets me every time.
And they're like, "Yeah." I'm like,
Like, oh, good Lord.
look at that. All of a sudden you just hear, "Well, we all make mistakes, Dr. Smithers," and in walks the dad from A Christmas Story.
Oh, right.
"It's a clinker. Dr. McNobb, I didn't make a mistake." "Well, either you screwed up or they got up after you were done and strolled out of here." Dr. McNobb is the county coroner. Okay, he's her boss. Mm-hmm. "I never forget a body, doctor." And then she just storms out. And he's like, "Well, you know, in 5 years, guys, she'll be damn good, but she's a fucking idiot." And Doug is like looking around, and he just goes, "Asshole." "What? Fascinating. Yes, isn't it? Strange, though, don't you think?" "No, everything's fine." So they leave. Roger goes to Smithers' office and finds her smoking, and he's like, "Yeah, hey, I like the way you're put together." They used to date. You know, this is the conversation where you find that out.
Okay.
He's like, I thought you gave up smoking." "Yeah, well, I dropped one bad habit, you, and I picked up another." "That's great. Anything else? Any other abuse you want to give me?" She's like, "Yeah, take off your pants."
We fight.
That's right. She starts burning him with cigarettes. He just stands there and takes it. Like a good cop. Anyway, she's like, "I also found out that both these bodies had shit tons of this stuff called sulfathiazole in their bodies. It's an experimental drug, and it was invented by Dante Pharmaceuticals here in town. Yeah, they just had a shipment of like 3 kilos of the stuff. So it just cuts to our 2 cops pulling up in front of Dante Pharmaceuticals. And they're both eating hot dogs. With no buns. And they're like a little bit gray, like they've been in the water a little too long.
Ew.
So they're walking in the lab. "Hey, let's just tell them the truth, you know? We're looking for someone who hijacks dead bodies and brings them back to life to rob jewelry stores, right?" They walk in and they find this security guard at his desk reading a porno magazine. I'm not joking. It's 1988. You could do that. He's like full on looking at a centerfold. "Hey, Detectives Mortis and Bigelow here to talk to somebody." And the guy just ignores him. He's just like, "Looking at porn." And that's when Doug says the famous line. He grabs the magazine out of his hand. He's like, Sorry to interrupt your erection, pal, but we'd like to speak with the management of this facility. And the guy's just like, oh. He gets on the phone, Miss James, come up to the front, please. And while he's doing that, Doug's like, looking at the magazine. All right. So Miss James comes up, and she is a pretty blonde. Can I help you? Yes, Detectives Mortis and Bigelow, LAPD. Oh, well, I'm in charge of PR. So, my name's Randy James. Randy. We're interested in this sulfathiazole you guys have. You just had a big shipment of it. Yeah, I just do PR. I don't know why they called me for you know. Doug's like, yeah, and do you know any zombies? What? What ma'am, what is this drug for? Well, let me show you. I'll take you on a tour. Yeah, we make things here, you know, like cosmetics, toiletries, stuff no one likes to talk about, but everybody uses. Yeah. Tampons, hemorrhoid cream, stuff for crabs. Among others, yes. And they're all just walking down the hallway, and this pretty little lab tech walks by, and Doug just goes, hello. Hey, Roger, I'm going to go do some research. Come on, motherfucker. Now, come on. This sulfathiazole, what do you use that for? It's an antiseptic in an ointment that we make. And then Roger's like, I don't want to make you uncomfortable, ma'am, but have you ever seen any of these guys before? And he shows her all the pictures of dicks. And she's just like, nope, never. He's like, are you sure? Look at him again. Pick your favorite. All right, mine's in here somewhere, but I'm not going to tell you. Doug says, hey, what's that? And he sees this big room. It's like a clean room with funny shit in the walls. And it turns out this is the room where, it's sad, but it's necessary. If we have to kill an animal that we do testing on, this is where it's done. So we'll lock the animal in, and then a piston will evacuate all the air. And so the animal dies quickly, and that's how you do that. Didn't I see one of these at Disneyland? Roger just looks at Doug like, what the fuck is your problem? Oh, hey, what's in here? This other door marked, do not enter. Oh, toxic waste products. Properly disposed of, I assure you. And that's when Roger just goes, well, I think we've seen everything we need to. Let's leave. Hey, Miss James, I gotta take a leak. Do you guys have a little boy's room? Yeah, it's down the hall. So Doug walks off, and Roger and Randy are finally alone together. So she walks him out to the front lobby, and Doug comes back, and he tries this no admittance door.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, because it turns out Doug's a pretty awesome cop. No admittance, my ass. And he shorts out the electric lock by inserting his laminated paper visitor's pass. And it goes, and the door opens up. So he walks in, it's all dark, and inside is a giant space-age awesome laboratory.
Oh.
It is cool. Big metal table in the middle with something on it under a tarp, something large. And he's looking at it, and he sees hair sticking out from the tarp, and he's like, the hell is this? And he throws the tarp back, and then, Rawr! This giant, fat biker stands up and just attacks him. And Doug's like, oh, shit! And he gets a look at this thing's face, and it's weird. It's face, okay? It's all fucked up. It's like separated into 3 faces. Like he's got 3 noses and like 6 eyes. It's weird.
Weird.
But he's all snarling and grody looking. And then Doug he's got no choice. He has to just fight it. And it cuts to the front. Listen, Miss James, about my partner. He's a Neanderthal. Yeah. But, he's a nice one. It's all right. The world's full of them. Are any of these dick pics his, though? Back in the lab, the big belly biker comes running down this ramp at Doug. And Doug just pulls out his gun and shoots him over and over, right in his big fat ball stomach. Nothing. Doesn't go down. In the lobby, they hear the shots, and Roger starts running to the back. And then that security guard with the porno magazine, he just like pulls a gun on Roger. Randy's like, no! And the security guard still tries to shoot him, but he misses. And then Roger just turns around and shoots that motherfucker right in the eye.
Whoa.
And then he runs to Doug, and he finds the fight happening. And it has spilled out into the hallway they were in earlier. And Doug is just getting his ass whipped. So Roger starts shooting this biker, as still nothing. He won't go down. All of this is happening in front of the asphyxiation room, where the puppies go to die. Mm-hmm. And there's a little cage with a cute little puppy dog in it.
Oh.
Watching the fight. And he's like, So Doug's getting strangled. Roger jumps onto the biker's back and he's like, what the hell is this thing? Very ugly. Then the dead biker, he's a zombie biker, okay? Mm-hmm. He turns around, he starts coming for Roger and just knocks his ass out. But Roger falls into the asphyxiation room.
Oh, no.
No.
The disappointment room. And then Doug jumps on the biker's back, who then slams him backwards into the wall on the big red button that shuts the door for the asphyxiation room.
Oh, God.
And the door just locks and goes, room sealed. And it's like, shit. Doug gets thrown around, and then Roger, gets up, realizes where he is, and starts panicking. Mm-hmm. He's like, banging on the glass, no, hey, boom, boom. Doug! Doug doesn't see him. Doug is busy. But we see a dark control room on the other side of the doggy killing room. I don't want to say asphyxiation room again. And a hand starts pushing buttons. Begin decompression. Beep, beep, beep. And Roger's like, oh, shit! Doug, help me! Doug outside starts getting the upper hand on the biker. And there's this big sign, the big screen in the room that says air pressure, 80%, 60%. Doug! No, Doug! Help me! 35%.
Oh.
Doug finally sees it, sees what's happening. And he starts slamming on the button, trying to open the door. And he's like, no! Right then, the security guard from before, the one who got shot in the head, comes around the corner with a gun. He starts shooting at Doug. Doug dives for his gun and then turns around and shoots this motherfucker 3 times. And then he finally goes down. Air pressure, 20%. Roger starts slumping down against the glass. And he's looking out the window. He looks down and he sees this little dog in the cage, staring up at him. And the dog goes, and turns his head. And then Roger does the same thing. And then just his eyes roll back and he falls down. Doug is trying to break the glass, with a trash can, but it's not working. And then Roger, laying down, he just closes his eyes and dies.
Oh, no.
Yep.
Yeah.
Roger Mortis. Yeah. That happens. Doug's like, Roger! And it just cuts to the same place, but now it's a crime scene with cops all over it and, the coroner. Mm-hmm. Smithers, she finds Doug. Doug, what happened? He got locked in the decompression room. He died the way dogs are supposed to die. If I had just gotten that fucking door open. Oh, I know. Did you try shooting the glass? No. You both had guns, right?
Oh, God.
Well, yeah. Okay, I need to see Roger. Take me to him. It's yeah. They both had guns.
Yeah.
So she starts examining Roger's body. What happened here, Doug? You wouldn't believe me if I told you. Try me. And it just cuts to that secret lab. He takes her in there. He's like, yeah, we found this shit, And then there was a monster on the table and he attacked us. She starts playing around with the control panel and she's like, oh my God, this is how they do it, Doug. This is how they resurrect the dead. And it's like, what? And she's, pushing buttons and she inputs Roger's name, Roger Mortis. And it's cause of death, asphyxiation. And then it just says, put body on table.
Oh.
And it just cuts to Roger's already on the table. They're going to play around. They're going to play Frankenstein.
Yeah.
She's like, it's good that he's in pretty good condition. He's dead, Smithers. This is it. They use the sulfathiazole to preserve the bodies and the brain tissue until they can get them on this machine. They found a way to revitalize dead tissue. Yeah, but Smithers, what about the soul? And she just looks up at the screen and says, looks like they found a way around that too. And then that is it. That is said about that. What if he wakes up like some mindless idiot? And she just turns and says, then I hope you'll shoot him in the head. Thanks a lot. And then she just, boop, activates the machine. Lightning all over the place. It's, it's shocking Roger's body, and he's like twitching and shaking like real hard. And then finally he stops. And he just opens his eyes. And he goes, hi, guys. You're alive. Of course I am. How you feeling, buddy? And he looks and he's like, what are you doing here, Smithers? What is this place? Tell us how you feel. I feel incredible. Yeah, like, woo! It's great to be alive. And right then, Dr. McNobb walks in. And he's like, holy shit! Hi, Doctor. Smithers is like, Roger, what's the last thing you remember? Porno magazine thing. Doug fought some guy. Then I blacked out. And it's weird. I had this dream like I was rushing towards a light. And I saw my body. And I reached out to touch it. And then all of a sudden, I got shocked with like 10,000 volts. Well, that's not uncommon, for clinically dead, reviving at the last possible moment, Well, Roger was dead for an hour. And then Roger's like, what?
Oh.
Smithers pulls out her stethoscope and her speculum. She's like, come here for a second. Oh my God. You have no heartbeat. And then Roger's like, nah, let me listen to it. He does. And he's like, yeah, this thing's broken. And then Dr. McNobb is like, broken? Give me that here. Let me listen to it. And he's listening to Roger's heart, and he's like, his face just goes white. You're faking it. He's faking it. No, he's dead. That is ridiculous. This is crazy. I've never felt better. What the hell are you guys talking about? This is nonsense. Smithers, we have 2 actual corpses out there. So you know where I'll be when you're done playing games. One of them has like 3 noses and shit. So he leaves. Smithers touches Roger's hand. She's like, oh my God, you are cold. And he like whips his hand back and breaks a laboratory beaker and cuts his wrist. And it does not bleed.
Oh.
You can just see like shiny coagulated blood staying in the wound. What the hell? I cut the artery. Why aren't I bleeding? And they both just stare at each other. And then they look over at the resurrection machine. I don't believe it. That's not the worst of it. I'm dead. How can it be worse? I've been scanning the lab reports, and one of the side effects of this process is progressive decay of the reanimated tissue. You only have like 10 to 12 hours, and then all your cells are going to dissolve into a kind of organic stew. Oh. Like Wendy's chili.
They bring him back, and he immediately cuts his artery.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like he was meant to die. Doug is like, it's fine. Can't you just pop him back in the machine? For a recharge? No, we can't. And it's like, why? I need you to get back to my lab so we can do some more tests. And he's like, oh no. What's most important now is that I bust whoever did this to me. And then Doug's like staring off into space. And he's like, yeah, rip his heart out with my bare hands and hold his heart in the palm of my hand, Roger. And we'll watch it stop beating together. And Roger's just like, that's good, Doug. Let's find him first. All right, where do we start? Randy James, let's go find her. So they leave. Smithers yells out, you only have 10 to 12 hours. Don't waste it. Like you can tell she's like, just hang out with me.
Yeah.
So they're in the car. The weird thing is, I feel fine. I feel like I could run in the Boston Marathon. No, you can't, Roger. It's not open to dead people. You think they'd check? Oh, yeah, they're very strict now. Roger looks at his reflection in the mirror, and he sees that his lips have, like, no color. Oh. And he's like, oh, shit. Pull over to a drugstore. I got to fix my face. And it just cuts to him walking out with a bag. Doug's like, so what color'd you get? Mulberry wine. That's a good choice. Really brings out your eyes. So Doug's driving, and Roger is like trying to put on lipstick. He's like, how the hell do women do this? And they get to Randy James's house, and she is like, they catch her trying to leave, like in her car, incognito. And Doug grabs her. Ah, not so fast. She looks at Roger, who is just like straight up wearing lipstick. She's like, what happened to you? I cut myself shaving. I need to ask you a few questions. Yeah, well, I don't know anything. All right, well, let's go in your house. Come on now. I'm just the PR lady. Miss James, I just got locked in the puppy room. Okay? And some nutcase decompressed me. So I'm not in a great mood. I just want to find him. Oh, I'm truly sorry, but I don't know anything. Hey, you get out of there! And Doug is just like rifling through her suitcase. And he holds up a pair of white panties. And he's like, looks like the lady's going somewhere. Extra panties. Dead giveaway. And he like stretches them out. Where are you going, Miss James? Away. Hey, what's this? I found a VHS tape. What's this? Nothing. It's personal. And he puts it in the VCR, plays it. We have something on the monitor, Captain. And on the video, it is just an old man sick in bed. And it is Vincent Price.
Oh.
Nice.
And he's like, Princess, this may be the last time I talk to you. And I want you to know certain things I was unable to say until now. I just love murder. And right then, boom, boom, boom! Her glass patio door gets like shot out, and 2 undead assholes come in.
Wow.
And they start trying to kill all of them. They also have uzis. So they all get shot at, and they have to duck behind couches and duvet covers. And then Roger gets shot. And the girl's like, are you all right? And he's like, yeah, that's weird. Hey, Roger, you remember the good old days when guns killed people? You're just jealous. And he looks at Randy James, and he's like, go for the door. And then she and Doug get up and run to the front door while Roger just stands up and human shields them. And these bad guys are like, they just fill his ass with bullets.
Oh, God.
And it looks fucked up. Like he gets rocked by it. And he follows them out. They actually went into the backyard, okay? So the zombies come out, and they come out real slow, like looking for them. And this is the pool area. There's a pool and a jacuzzi. This is like a really nice house. Mm-hmm. So these zombies, they don't find them. There's nobody out there. And they start slinking and hunting them. And their faces are all fucked up and dead looking, okay? Mm-hmm. Like white eyes and shit. One looks at the hot tub, which is turned on, so it's all bubbly. And he's like looking in there like, is there something in there? And the other one walks over to like the pool shed and just immediately slams his arm through the door and then pulls Doug out and like throws him. So he got like superhuman strength almost. And right then Roger jumps up out of the jacuzzi and grabs the first zombie. Doug is fighting the second zombie, and he's like kneeled down on the ground, and he just jackhammers that guy in the balls like 5 times. Boom, 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 boom. And nothing happens. And Doug just goes, shit. And then he gets thrown. Roger gets out of the jacuzzi and throws a radio into it, and it electrocutes the other zombie. Doug picks up like a pole from like a pool skimmer net. Mm-hmm. And just stabs the other zombie with it and throws him into the pool. And then that zombie dies. What? And it's like, what? All right, let's move on. They walk into the house, and Randy is like looking around at her trashed home. She's like, what do they want me for? Maybe they want what you know. I don't know anything. And she walks off. Doug looks at Roger and he's like, Roger, you were under the water in that jacuzzi for like 5 straight minutes. That's right. I was. Can you teach my girlfriend how to do that?
Oh, God.
He's like, yeah. Yeah, I will. They catch the very end of the Vincent Price videotape. And he's like, and I just hope you remember how very special you are. Roger's like, hey, I recognize that guy. That's Arthur Loudermilk. Didn't he just die? And it's like, man, okay. Everything in this movie that's like too convenient for the plot, I'm fine. Because I love this movie. Yeah. She's like, yeah, 2 weeks ago, he was my father. So you're shot, and why aren't you dead? Oh, I can't die. I'm a walking corpse, just like those killers. Oh my God, I can't deal with this. And right then, Treat Williams just goes aggro. Well, you're gonna have to deal with it! Look, we need your help. And it looks like you need ours too. Please. She's like, all right. Dante Pharmaceuticals was my father's private think tank. Oh, so he bankrolled the Resurrection Project. No, he wouldn't do that. And she starts crying. Well, last week I did deliver some sulfathiazole to a guy named Thule in Chinatown. Fucking Thule. I don't know. I think that's funny. He's like, all right, you're coming with us. And he cuffs her. He's like arresting her.
Yeah.
She's like, what the fuck? Look, you can either come with us or you can cool your heels in jail. Which one? Doug's like, hey, Roger, you might need a change of clothes. Because he's all full of bloody bullet holes. Randy's like, I might have something in my closet. Oh, something for that unexpected overnight guest, Miss James. An ex-boyfriend. Very ex. And it just cuts to Roger in the bathroom, like, brushing his hair. With no shirt on. And he's got like dead, unbleeding bullet holes in his torso. He's brushing his hair and a bunch of it comes out.
Oh, God.
He's like, So he opens up the medicine cabinet, puts the hairbrush back with the hair stuck in it, and it's hers.
Yeah.
And then he closes the mirror and he's like, a fucking rotten corpse in the reflection. He's like, ah! And then he's fine.
Yeah.
It's just, his head fucking with him. You okay in there, Roger? Yeah, fabulous. And he walks out, and he is dressed like a pimp. He just looks at Doug, and Doug is just like fucking staring at him and smiling. He's like, not a word. They get in the car, and they have a parking ticket out from being parked in front of this lady's house. How many is that this month? And Doug just goes, what the hell do you care? Good point. So Chinatown, and this is the best scene in this movie. This is it.
Oh yeah, everyone talks about this scene.
It's so sublime to watch. I love it. They're walking into this restaurant, and Doug's like, "Great, I'm starving." They go inside, and it's a Chinese restaurant, but there's a guy in there that's like butchering animals, like right there, and it is Sub-Zero. From The Running Man. He's in there like, choking a big chicken. And there's like dead ones hanging everywhere. Because he done choked every single one. Those chickens. We want to talk to Mr. Thule, please. And he puts his badge on the counter. And then Sub-Zero, the chicken choker, grabs a meat cleaver and just cuts his wallet in half.
Damn.
And then Doug grabs him. He's like, listen, we're cops. If Thule's not out here in 10 seconds, I'm doing you. And the guy's like, And Doug just smiles at him. And then Thule just comes out. It's just like an older Chinese gentleman. Ah, Miss James, a pleasure. Who are these, police? Yeah. We're here to find... What did Dante send you? Dante Pharmaceuticals. And right then, Sub-Zero just pulls the meat cleaver. Like he's going to attack him. Both of our cops pull out their guns and their dicks. Your friend takes one more step, he's going to find himself dead. Life and death are both expressions of the same nocturnal seepage. You ought to write fortune cookies, pal. Let me illustrate. And then he pulls a switch on the wall, and then the chandelier in the ceiling of the restaurant starts. Lightning is all over it, and it's a resurrection machine.
Oh, shit.
Okay. Oh, shit is right. Because right then, Sub-Zero attacks with his meat cleaver, and Roger just knocks him the fuck out. They look around, and all of the dead chickens and ducks and fish, all of the meat hanging and in the cases, it all comes back to life.
Oh,
Nice.
All the chickens are like, it is so cool. All right. On the counter, there's this big, dead, like black, slimy pig. And it just wakes you up. And its eyes start like looking around. And it's like, there's fish in the case, like flopping. There is a tray of cooked chicken wings, like on the buffet table. And they're like all flapping.
Yeah. That's fucking cool.
Yeah, in the refrigerator, there's just a whole bunch of eggs, and they all just start exploding. Which is interesting when you think about it. You know, like, that's probably the most fucked up thing about the resurrection machine. I don't know what it is, but suddenly I just lost my appetite. And then the pig jumps on Doug. He goes down. This pig is on top of him and just starts a rutting.
oh.
Oh, yeah. That's a new noise on Movies with Ron. And then this big, giant liver is sitting on the counter and just like starts rolling down the counter. It gets to the end and then it flies off and slaps itself onto Roger's face like the Blob. And he's like, all of these hanging ducks, okay, they start like waking up and quacking and attacking Randy, but only insofar as like kind of wiggling at her and maybe trying to bite her with it's a beak.
Yeah.
It's a duck beak. So it might pinch a little, but that's it. This chicken bites Doug's ear while he's getting humped by the pig, and he grabs it and throws it across the room right into the meat grinder. And all of its ground meat comes out, and I was like, please show the slimy ground meat like still moving. But they didn't.
No.
I felt like they should have. Anyway, this pig's still humping on him. He pulls his gun out, and he goes, this little piggy's going to market. And he just puts it in the pig's mouth, and boom! And the pig just flies backwards against the wall. Roger wrestles the liver off, and he turns, and Sub-Zero is awake again, and he chops down with his cleaver, and it goes right between Roger's fingers and like splits his hand open. And then Doug shoots him once in his big gut, and he dies. And he's like, you kidding me? Just one shot? They're not all zombies, Doug. And then the meat locker door starts boom, boom. And there's like dents in it, that are appearing. Boom. And it flies off of its hinges. And out walks a headless and footless slaughtered whole beef.
Oh, God.
And it's like doom, doom, doom. And oh, shit. Roger's like, how do you fight this thing? Maybe we could drown it in A1 sauce. There's like a boiling pot on the stove, and a duck head like pokes up out of it. And Doug just like slow motion shoots at it, and the head just explodes. The beef comes for Roger.
Oh, God.
He's like, oh no. It rears up on its hind legs and slams down on him. Takes him right to the floor, and it's like, whoom, whoom, whoom. And he's like, ah, ah, ah.
Oh, God.
Roger needs help. Doug shows up with a meat hook, slams it right into this thing's back, and then like topples it onto its back like a turtle, and it's like struggling like a turtle. And then Roger shoots the chandelier, and then everything stops. And they look around and they survey the carnage. And everything is nasty now. It's all so gross. The pig is all splayed open all over the grill. And it's like sizzling. Okay, now I'm going to puke. Hey, Thul's gone. Man, that guy makes one hell of a diversion. And you, done with this scene, you're like, wow. Roger reloads his gun with his split-ass hand. And Randy's like, you're hurt. And he pops the magazine into the gun and he goes, lady, I'm fucking dead. So then Roger and Doug start going through Thul's shit. They like find his desk and they're like breaking everything and like going through all of his stuff. And it's funny because Doug actually mentions this. He's like, you know, you can never find anything good until you really trash the place. He breaks another glass. He's stumbling over any clues, detectives. They turn around and on Thul's desk is a mini, and it's crude, like it's made out of wood and radio parts. It's a mini resurrection machine.
Oh,
damn.
And there's this tiny little pad on the desk with electrodes on it and a severed duck head that is alive. And it's like, but it can't go anywhere. Zombie duck heads. What a concept. And Doug points out, he's like, this could replace the whoopee cushion. And then Roger finds a paper with some info on it. He's like, hey, look at this. And he turns to Doug, and Doug is like fucking with the duck head. He's holding its mouth shut. And it's like, so he stops and he looks at it. He's like, dates and initials. What is it? I don't know, but the last one is APL, Arthur P. Loudermilk. These are death dates. Yeah, I wonder who all the other people are. Let's find out. So they go to the library. Oh, yes. They go through a bunch of newspapers that cover the dates in question. They figure out that they are obituaries of all of these huge, rich people who have died. Your father was one of the victims. Man, this is not what you'd call a routine case. And Roger looks down at his hands, and they're maybe a little gaunt. And then he just looks up at the clock. Yeah, he's not even thinking about the case anymore. And you feel it, when you're watching this. Mm-hmm. Roger, what's wrong? These obituaries. They're writing new ones all the time. Shit, they're writing mine right now. Hey now, take it easy. Yeah, Roger Mortis. Beloved husband of nobody. Father of none. Who always thought he'd go out in a blaze of glory. Roger. I gotta go. He gets up and he runs. And Doug has to chase him through the library. And it doesn't take very long because he goes weak. And he has to stop.
Yeah.
Not bad, Roger. Not bad for a guy in your condition, but we don't got time for this. I can't do it, man. I can't live a lifetime in 6 hours.
Oh.
Nobody's got all the time they need, Raj. You remember when we were in training and they told us you can't be a good cop if you're a dead cop? Well, now's your chance to prove them wrong. You're good and you're dead. And Roger's just like, I'm good. And I'm dead. And at this point, you're like, man, this is a great scene with these two. They did have good chemistry.
Yeah.
Come on, Raj. Let's go find these suckers and trash their ass, man. It's asses, man. It's plural. It's plural? It just cuts to them in the car. Roger's driving, and he's still getting all misty. You know what I heard once? The population of the world is so big now that half of all the people who've ever lived are still alive today. Oh, come on, that's not true. Yeah, no, it's true. Not only that, but if you multiply the population of Rhode Island by the square root of my ex-wife's weight, and then it just cuts to the morgue. Oh, Doug Bigelow. They're in the morgue, and Randy's like, well, you two sure know how to show a girl a good time. Yeah, don't mention it. Smithers shows up. Oh, Roger, I have some good news. Yeah, okay. Smithers, this is Randy. Randy, this is Smithers. And it's just like... They immediately hate each other. Chilly in here, isn't it? Anyway, what's the big news? Smithers is like, unbutton your dumbass pimp shirt. He does. She's like, oh my God, Roger, you've been shot. Oh, yeah, I meant to tell you. And when you see Roger's face now, and he looks a lot paler, and his eyes are going dark.
Oh.
Yeah.
She takes his temperature. She's like, you are steadily cooling off. You're like 80 degrees right now. The decomp is going faster than I thought. You probably only have 3 or 4 hours. He's like, holy shit, are you serious? Then I gotta go. She's like, wait, I found something in Dante's files about a special process they've been testing to extend the resurrection, beyond 12 hours. Can you guarantee that? Well, no, then I can't take that chance. And she is mad that he won't do everything she wants. He's like, I'm running out of time. We got to split up. I'm going to go to Loudermilk's grave. Doug, you go to his lawyer, okay, and we'll meet later at Randy's house. So Randy ends up going with Roger. They're out in front of the morgue still, and then this really hot car pulls up. And it's the Christmas Story Dad. Yeah, look at that. Nice wheels. Must be a lot of money in carving up dead people. A little early for your post-mortem, aren't you, detective? I just stopped by to reserve a body bag. That's a good one. See? He speeds off, and you see his license plate. It says, Body Doc. And Roger's just watching him drive away. He's like, I love that guy. Yeah, I can tell. Anyway, they leave. So Roger and Randy go to the cemetery, and they find Vincent Price's, mausoleum. Mm-hmm. His crypt. She's like, what do we do now? I don't have a key. Allow me. And he pulls out his gun. Isn't that illegal? He's like, yeah. Boom! He blows the door open. He shot the door and it opens. Go figure, right?
Yeah.
He could have saved his life. So they're in his, now Vincent Price's crypt. And it's weird. Inside, it's big because he was rich. There's some of his stuff, like his furniture, like a desk and a lamp. Mm-hmm. And then he opens up his actual, thing where the body is. And he's like, looks like he's resting comfortably. So, Randy, what is your real relationship to Loudermilk? What do you mean? Well, outside it says beloved husband of Loretta, and it doesn't mention any darling daughter. You were getting pounded by this old man.
Oh, no.
Is that what's happening? All right. I met him in the hospital. I was there for drug rehab, and he took me under his wing. The daughter he never had, huh? Yeah. And he got me that great house, and he got me a job at Dante. I bet he never even knew what kind of snake hole he was dropping me in. So, seriously, this whole zombie thing, it's a complete surprise to you. Yes, I swear. You believe me, don't you? And right then, Roger looks at this lamp, which is turned on, by the way. Mm-hmm. And inside the shade, he sees some numbers, and they are written in blood. Looks like he left something for us. So he writes the numbers down. And then we cut to Randy's house. Doug ought to be back by now. They walk in, and there's this old movie playing. This old movie is DOA from 1949. That's what this movie, Dead Heat, is based on.
Oh.
Where a man takes poison and then has to find the guy who poisoned him before he dies.
Oh.
But the lights don't work for some reason. Roger goes into the kitchen, and Randy's in there just staring at the TV. And the guy on the TV is like, I'm not alive. I took that poison, and now there's nothing I can do. I never had a chance. I'm already dead. And she's like, and she backs up, because it's maybe freaking around a little bit. She backs up and hits something. She turns around, and it's Doug. Tied up, hanging upside down from the ceiling with his head in a fish tank, and he's drowned.
Oh.
Yeah, Doug is dead.
God.
So fuck the whole thing. Oh God, Roger! It's Doug! He comes in and he's like, shit. Let's get him down. And it just cuts to Roger laying a sheet over his friend. While he's doing that, Randy is in the bathroom and she just took a shower. So she's all naked in a towel and drying her hair. And she's all somber. This is a sad part in the movie. And Roger walks in. Randy? And she's just spacing out. Can't believe this is happening. I'm sorry, Roger. I didn't want to tell you. I didn't think you'd understand. What are you talking about? I lied about the drugs. I was in the hospital because I was dying too.
Oh.
And then she turns and looks at him. I was dead. And he walks up to her. He's like, what do you mean? They brought me back. Roger, just like you. Only they said I'd have a normal lifespan as long as I helped them. Helped who? They lied to me. Who, Randy? And then she looks down at her hand, and it's all gray and gaunt.
Oh.
And it's like, oh, shit. She's staring at her hand, and then, like, her nails go dark, and her hand starts getting all black.
Oh.
And it's, like, spreading up the hand. And then she turns and faces him, and she's got a tear rolling down her cheek. And then her cheek starts falling, too.
Oh.
And, like, the side of her face starts, like, melting and falling off. Ugh. Yeah, dude.
Awesome.
He sees it, and he's just like, oh. She stands up. She's like, I'm sorry, Roger. And then her arm rots and just, boom, falls off. It's all dripping black slime, and it's like, dude, this shit looks great, too.
Yeah.
Her face just keeps melting. There's black goo all over her towel. And she's just like, ugh, and falls backwards, hits the ground. Her body is all rotten, and her head just bloom, 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 falls off and rolls across the floor.
Oh.
And it is all nastified. Roger's like, oh! And the head goes, I'm sorry, Roger. Please forgive me. And then the flesh just rots away. It rots to skull and hair, and it's like there's white shit bubbling out of the eyes. And he like runs. He goes into the hallway, and he like hugs himself because everything he loves is dying, and nothing he believes is true.
Oh.
He gets on the phone. He makes a call to Smithers.
Smithers!
He just gets the answering machine. He's like, oh, man. Like, Smithers, Doug's dead. Randy's dead. I wish. Beep.
Oh.
Yeah. I wish I was dead. So he just hangs up the phone, and he's looking at the phone. He's looking at the numbers on the phone and the letters, and he's like, wait a minute. Numbers to letters. He pulls out the numbers from old Vincent Price's grave. Mm-hmm. And he like starts transcribing them like old Ralphie on the toilet. He's like, B-O-D-Y, body. Damn, that's it! And he gets in his car and speeds off. He stops and gets out, and his face is a little bit more fucked up. And he walks into the morgue. That's right. That's where he went. And he finds the Christmas Story dad in his office brushing a toupee, like on a fake head. It's framed in such a way that when you first see him, you think he's brushing a body's hair.
Oh.
And then he turns. Roger! What's going on? What are you doing here? What do you think, McNob? And he's like, could you be a little more specific? Like, what the hell? You killed me. And you killed Doug. Maybe you didn't kill Randy, but you could have let her stay dead. What the hell are you talking about? Revenge, McNob. And you're on the receiving end unless you give me some fast answers. You are not making any sense. I was helping you. Nope. And when you buried him alive, Loudermilk wanted to point the finger at you, but he knew you'd come back and scrub the scene. So he did it a little more obscure. He wrote a message with the old letters to numbers routine. And his numbers spelled out body doc.
Oh.
Sound familiar? And then McNob is like, well, that's what happens when you die, Roger. You know, synapses misfire and they lead to all sorts of demented conclusions. My mind's never been sharper. And McNob starts reaching for the phone, and then boom, it gets shot out of his hand. And neither has my aim. And McNob is like, you son of a bitch. How many others, McNob? How about that ring on your finger, that diamond ring? I like that. I bet I could connect that to those jewelry store robberies, huh? You resurrected those robbers. You needed to test them, so you sent them out to do what they do best, rob something. And when I stumbled onto your bullshit, you murdered me. Circumstantial evidence. It'll never hold up in any court. He's like, I'm not waiting for any court. And he's going to shoot him. Roger, I can help you. Oh, yeah? Like you helped Randy? And he's just about to shoot him when, pow, he gets hit from behind. He was so close to shooting him that the gun actually went off and just missed him.
No.
And what do we got? We got a couple of dead goons and Thule. Good evening, Doctor. Where the hell have you been? This bastard almost killed me. Now give me back my diamond ring. He's putting it on. He looks at Roger. He's like, you see, Roger? Every job has its perks. You just got to stick around long enough to, discover them. No amount of money is going to make up for what happens to you. And he has a very deady face now. Okay. It seems our detective is in rather poor condition. Not as poor as you'll be, Thule. Silence him. And then somebody just pops him on the head. How would you like this man killed? And then it cuts to an ambulance, a wambulance, and they lock him in it. They cuff him to the side rails inside of it. And then McNobb is like, I hope you don't mind sharing the bed space. And there's somebody laying on the gurney. He pulls a sheet off, and it's Smithers, dead.
Oh, no.
Smithers!
Roger goes fucking ape shit. Ah! And he is reaching for McNobb, but he's just out of reach. Because remember, he's handcuffed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I know it's a nuisance, but, she was always a nuisance. Anyway, this is a custom ambulance I had made. It's stainless steel, and it's soundproof in case you're going to try to call for help. Anyway, it's a perfect place for you to disintegrate, which is probably going to happen in about 45 minutes, buddy. Let's go, Doctor. We are expected at the lab. Yes. All right. Happy trails, Roger. And then they lock him in. They padlock it from the outside, too. So,
Damn.
ambulance, right? It's fucked up. Well, Smithers, I always thought we'd end up together, but not like this. And he's like, oh, jeez. And then he looks at the driver's, area, and he gets an idea. And he lays down on the floor and pulls his handcuff all the way to the front of the ambulance where he can just about reach, like, the pedals and the steering wheel area. Mm-hmm. He's like, hang on, Smithers. We're going to go for a ride. And then he stretches until he can kick the gear shift, and he has to, like, rip the skin on his hand to do it. But he kicks it into neutral. And the ambulance is on a hill. So it starts rolling. And the siren goes off. Anyway, there's a huge-ass hill in L.A. It's very steep. So it starts picking up speed. And Roger just, like, sits up and he's watching. Like, looking out the windshield. Like, he's still sitting in the back of the ambulance, but he's, like, smiling. Like, all right. Like, he's got nothing left to lose.
Yeah.
It's picking up speed, and he goes, this is going to be great. Cars are honking and swerving out of the way and everything. And then all of a sudden, yep, there is a parked car dead ahead. And he's like, whoa, yeah! Boom! He hits it. And the ambulance just like flips forward over it and giant fireball. The whole thing just blows. And then it cuts to the fire department, having put the fire out and put the bodies in body bags. Mm-hmm. And then one of the body bags unzips itself. And out from it comes smoke. One of the paramedics actually sees it, and he's like, And then Roger sits up. And he turns and looks at the paramedic, and Roger's whole face looks dead anyway, but half of his face is now burned away. Oh. And all of his hair is sticking straight up now. So he looks like this like badass, tough punk zombie. He looks at the paramedic and just smiles. Oh, Jesus H. Christ! And Roger gets up. And then now there's a biker cop, a Terminator 2, if you will. He comes up, he's like, hold it! And then Roger pulls out his badge, hands it to him. He's like, Detective Mortis, homicide. You're a cop? Surprise. Now, officer, I need your gun. And the cop gives it to him.
What?
He's like, thank you. And he walks over, gets on his bike, and speeds off. And everybody's just staring at him. So we cut to McNobb, and he is giving a seminar for a bunch of rich people in the lab at Dante Pharmaceuticals.
Oh, God.
He's like, oh, a few weeks ago, we were all rocked by the tragedy of Arthur P. Loudermilk's shocking death. And, you know what? Why not let Arthur tell you himself? And then Vincent Price walks in.
Whoa.
Hello, yes. He's all dressed in white. Friends and associates, how nice to see you again. Oh, Arthur, I saw you buried. I'm afraid you've been misled. The man in my grave is a volunteer. Personally selected by Dr. McNobb. The demonstration you're about to see makes burial somewhat unnecessary. Roger is speeding through traffic. He's coming. So they're all listening to Vincent Price talk about how you can afford to not die now. All of this power that you had all of your life, everything you built up, poof, gone. Poor people are supposed to die, but not us. We're rich. God wants us to live forever. And if he doesn't, we can just buy him off. It'll cost all of you half of your fortune. But you have forever to make it back. Out front, there's a security guard. He's watching the monitors outside. And up pulls Roger. And he just speeds towards the front door. There's a chain blocking the area. He just hits it full speed. The bike stops. Roger flies. Right through the door. He slides across the floor, shooting security guards. It's beautiful. They've all got uzis, too. That's right. So they're dead. He gets up. They were live people that he killed. He gets up and he takes an Uzi and then a belt of grenades. Ladies and gentlemen.
Oh.
Nice.
In the lab, there is a tarped body on the table. Vincent Price is like, no gimmick. Eternal life. This man's been dead for hours. Come on, inspect him for yourself. They all get up to go and look. Roger is still storming the place, and he's walking down the hallway. He's like walking slow, too. He's like enjoying the hunt.
Yeah.
There's a security guard that sees him and just stands up. Roger's like, sit down. Now that you have your proof, we're going to give you a little product demonstration. McNobb? McNobb goes to the controls and turns on the machine. The body under the tarp starts shaking. Then one of the cooler parts happens. Roger is still, shooting and killing his way through, and finally, he's walking down a hallway and he gets shot from the back with an Uzi.
Yeah.
He turns around and sees the guy who shot him, and he shoots him. And that guy doesn't go down.
Oh.
So he's a dead one. And then they both just unload into each other. They shoot each other for 5 seconds. And it's amazing. And I found out that the director wanted to go further with it. He wanted to take the violence to the complete extreme. Because, it's such a ridiculous movie anyway.
Yeah.
But they said no. They end up standing there unloading into each other at point blank range. Finally, the bad guy gets knocked into the puppy room. And then Roger hits the button to shut it. The door shuts, but just before it does, he tosses in a grenade. He turns around and just leaves. In the lab, the doors bust open, and there's Roger. And then behind him, boom! All of this meat just flies to the left.
Oh, God.
Everybody's like, what the hell? Roger just walks in slow. That's okay. Don't get up. Vincent Price is like, shit. McNobb is like, get him! And then Thule stands up with his Uzi. And 2 or 3 rich people get hit and die.
Oh, no.
And then Roger kills Thule. And he's like, I told you not to get up. And then some other asshole shoots him from the side. And he just turns and walks slowly towards him, taking all the bullets. Vincent Price is watching him get filled with bullets, and he's like wincing, like, ooh, ooh. All the rich people get up and run out, and he finally gets to the guy and just grabs him and throws him into an electrical panel and kills him. So now it's just Vincent Price, Daddy McNobb, and Roger. Vincent Price is like, what do you want? Not you, old man. I want him. And McNobb has got a look on his face like, fuck you. You're dead, McNobb. Even deader than I am. Oh, I don't think so. And then McNobb pulls the tarp off, and it's Doug.
Oh.
Doug opens his eyes and stands up. Doug, you're alive. Oh, he can't understand a word you've said, Roger. He's been brain dead too long, so he's mindless and totally obedient. Doug is just standing up in front of Roger, and his mouth is twitching like he wants to fight. Mm-hmm. Kill this guy, would you? And then Doug just goes, kill this guy, would you? And he's coming for Roger. Doug, stop. It's me, Roger. Kill this guy, would you? And he's coming at him, man. Doug, no! Doug grabs Roger by the neck and lifts him up into the air. Doug, you realize we both have the same death day? We could throw a death day party. Invite all our friends. Get really ripped. Doug's just staring at him, strangling him. Vincent Price he's like watching. He goes, well, do something. Yeah, kill him, you brain dead son of a bitch. Doug, remember the lipstick? Mulberry wine brings out my eyes. And then Doug is like, Roger? Roger. And just drops him. Roger's on the ground and he just goes, hi, Doug. Welcome to Zombieland. Roger, he said I should hurt you. And then he turns to look at McNobb, but I'm going to hurt him.
All right.
McNobb is like, fuck! And then Roger goes, kill that guy, would you? McNobb runs, grabs an Uzi, and starts shooting Doug, who takes it and starts walking towards him slow. And then Roger gets up and walks towards him around the other side of the table. So they're both coming at him. He is trying to shoot both of them. He keeps switching back and forth. Vincent Price is like at the door watching everything. He's like, kill him! Why can't you kill him? Shut up, you old fart! So they close in on him, and they are about to grab him. And he just goes, oh, no, you bastards aren't going to take me. He puts the gun in his mouth, and he kills himself. He just falls. And then Roger's like, you cheated me. You cheated me! Vincent Price is still just watching. It's over, Raj. Come on, forget it, man. No, not just yet. And they load him onto the table.
Oh.
They go over to the panel and they start the sequence. Vincent Price is just like, Roger and Doug are smiling at each other when McNobb wakes up. Hi, Doc. Hey, Doug, you want to see what happens when you resurrect somebody twice? Not really. And then Roger keeps the machine turned on. Oh. And it's not stopping. And McNobb is like, oh no! Meat. All over the place. So McNobb is dead. The machine is still going. And they just start walking away. And Vincent Price is like, no, wait! Save the machine! It's short-circuiting. We can fix it. I can make you normal again. Immortal. I'll give you anything you want. Money, power, eternal life, riches beyond your wildest dreams. Just save the machine. They stop and they turn and look at each other. And then they both just unload on the whole lab. Everything is on fire and exploding. Mm-hmm. No, stop! You don't understand. You'll live forever. Forever, forever, forever. Boom! He blows up. And then they walk out. Man, Roger, you are a mess. I've seen meatloaf that looks better than you. You're not exactly a Forest Lawn poster child yourself, Doug. Hey, we really trashed their ass, didn't we? It's asses, Roger. No? I thought that was great. I was like, and the whole place is all smoky because it's on fire, and they start walking away into the smoke together. Hey, Roger, you think we'll be reincarnated? As what? I don't know. Maybe you get a choice. You know, you can be whatever you want. Oh, you mean like a statesman or a president or a novelist? Personally, I'd like to come back as the seat on a girl's bike. Now that's truly inspiring. Thank you. You know, Doug, what's that, Roger? This could be the end of a beautiful friendship.
Oh.
And then, boom, dead heat. Dun, 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 dun. The credits roll.
Oh.
And there's even a theme song for this movie. It's like,
Yeah.
You're a normal guy with a normal life. But now you're in a dead heat. Dun, dun. You're gonna suck a dick tonight. You're in a dead heat. And that's it, man.
Yeah.
There's dead heat on Movies with Ron.
Oh, good job, Ron.
Thanks.
That was a lot of fun.
It was.
It deserves a theme song.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have fond memories of this movie. You know, they told the writer to write a sequel.
Yeah. And he was like, what am I supposed to do? They're both dead at the end of the movie. What'd they tell him, Chris?
You wrote a story with a fucking resurrection machine.
Yeah.
Figure it out.
Fond memories.
I can't remember this movie.
Are you serious?
I didn't know it was going to happen. Some things were familiar.
You and I
The
used to-
animals coming to life was really familiar. I was like, oh, yeah. And I could picture it in my mind, but I couldn't remember the end.
We used to watch this together as kids.
There's just been too many other movies afterwards.
I love how the old man kills himself at the end.
I know.
I love it.
How
It's
would
weird as hell when he does. You're
Yeah.
like, what? He does it so easily, too. Like, he just, nope, I'm done.
how could they not chase Vincent Price down and try to be immortal and figure out what he was doing?
Yeah, I thought about changing the ending to be like, to them being, okay.
Yeah.
All right, folks. If you like what you hear, you're on Apple Podcasts or iTunes, leave us a rating and review. We'd really appreciate it. We're on movieswithron.com and all your other favorite podcast apps. There's a Facebook page and Twitter at Movies with Ron. So check us out. It's been fun.
Yep, we love you.
See you guys.
Movies with Ron.
Hey, everybody. Let me do that again.
That was candy.
I made a New Year's resolution not to talk about cock so much.
I was just thinking about